I thought you'd been charging admission tonight, Shirley.
How can we charge admission? It's a pub.
Lots of pubs charge admission at Christmas time. I think it's outrageous, Miss Enlight, but seeing as tonight's a bit special...
And the money being raised is for you. Cheers.
For my operation, Shirley. You don't want to give people wrong impression.
Quite right, sir. Oh, hey, you look terrific. Oh.
No, you are?
It's Shirley, Mr. Turner.
Yes, I know it's Shirley, Seth, but what are you meant to be?
Nell Gwynn, good sir.
But this is a Dickensian evening.
Well, I don't think you'll find anybody complaining.
Yes, you're quite right. You look wonderful. We ought to charge admission just to see you.
Oh, thanks. Perhaps I could charge £1 a kiss. That might bring the money rolling in, eh, Seth?
I don't think we need resort to that sort of thing.
Well, as long as we all remember what we're here for. I'll have to go and make another call.
I don't think there's much risk of our forgetting, do you?
Fabulous. Thank you. Now, you're not going to go running away, you know.
Not going right well, is it, Mr. Turner?
Well, the night's young yet, Seth. Don't worry.
I can't help worrying. It's my prostrate problem. You think on it as if it were your problem. You'll be worried.
Yes, I do sympathise, Seth. I'm glad I don't have any problems in that department.
Oh, well, I'm surprised about that, you know, because you're not that much younger than me. I reckon it'll only be a matter of time.
Yes, that's enough, Seth. That's enough food for thought.
Oh, and that's another thing. Why aren't you selling food to raise funds?
I think you can rely on me to maximise the fundraising. None of the people will come flooding in for a Dickensian reading.
More likely to see Shirley in that blousy coat.
Oh.
Ah, there you are, you see. Good evening, gentlemen.
Evening.
Now then, lads. Be honest. What's brought you in here? Mr. Turner's reading at news at where Shirley's dressed.
I think this couple are more likely to be interested in Dickens than busty barmaids.
Not rise to it. Look, Archie, it's Zoe that's getting at us. You've got to tell people. Yeah, no, let's just leave it for now, shall we? But I could lose Alice over this. Zoe is an adult, Alice is a child. These rumours could ruin her life. You've got to do something about it.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, if I might just have your attention for a moment. I would just like to say a few words about the focus of this evening before I actually start on the reading.
You've hardly got anybody in, and now you're chancing driving them out who are in.
Just leave it to me, will you, Seth?
If Archie had kept his promise and put me that pantomime on, we wouldn't have to put up with all this nonsense.
This is not nonsense, it's culture, and try and show a little gratitude.
Gratitude? An HS is supposed to look after us from cradle to grave. We shouldn't have to rely on people dressing up and reading boring bits out of old books.
Boring? Dickens.
I blame you for this, Archie. He'd never have thought of this if you weren't to let me down.
Well, at least I'm doing something. Archie just proves that ideas are cheap.
Don't start taking it all out on Archie. It's not his fault he wasn't up to it.
They stick by each other, don't they?
And what do you mean by that, Lena?
Oh, sorry, Nick. Didn't realise you were so sensitive.
I'm going outside to get some fresh air. I've had enough of this.
No, Archie, stay.
Oh, look, he's right in here. I did let him down.
Oh, Seth, tell Archie you were joking. Go on.
Nick, just shut up, will you?
I'm only stating facts, lad.
Please, let's just settle down. Show a bit of seasonal goodwill.
You're right there, Mr. Turner. Your heart's probably in right place, even though you do look a bit of a prat.
Seth, I realise you're under a bit of a strain at the moment, but don't push it.
You shouldn't have had a go at him, Seth.
Oh, give over, Nick. Archie knows me well enough. I was just winding him up.
Yeah, well, he's taken it fairly seriously, hasn't he?
I think I'll chance another.
You're not doing yourself any favours by demonstrating that your condition hasn't diminished your capacity for downing ale.
I take that very personally.
That's the way it was meant.
I'll take my custom somewhere else.
And your prostate problem?
Alan, I didn't mean that, Seth.
You are looking very well, though, Seth. Are you sure you're not just making all this up to get beer money?
What do you know about it? I bet you ain't even got a prostrate gland, so mind your own business.
Seth, how dare you speak to a customer of mine like that? Apologise at once.
I won't.
Well, you won't get another pint in this pub until you do.
Well, that don't bother me much, to be honest. I make my way to Motorcivil. They're having a karaoke night for me there tonight. They'll be shoulder to shoulder, standing room only.
You manipulative, ungrateful, rude, crude, ignorant. Oh, just get out, Seth.
I will. And it's a far, far better thing I do than I've ever done before. Sydney cartoon, Tale of Two Cities by Charles Dickens.
If I never see that man again, it'll be too soon. Shirley? Shirley, you all right? You all right, darling?
Here, Alan. All right. I'm all right. I'm all right. I'm all right. You all right?
Yeah.
Oh, God. What happened?
Put that out, there might be gas.
Is that what it is, a gas explosion?
I don't know, Alan, but whatever it is, it's big. There are fires all over the place and no power anywhere.
Dad!
So,
There might be people unconscious.
Yeah.
where's Chris?
Ambulance. Call the ambulance.
The wine bar, haven't you seen him?
Don't worry, I'll find him. Are you all right?
Yeah, I was on the phone when it happened.
I don't know. Something hit Kim's stable, set them on fire. Then it rained flowers, but there's fires and destruction everywhere. We need to call the emergency services.
It is no good, Frank. It's dead.
I'll call from the car. I've contacted the emergency services. They don't seem to know what's happened either. But like I said, the situation is serious.
Well, the wine bar's gone. What do we do now?
If there are injured and dead animals, we have to assume there are injured people.
Peter, I've got to get home to Peter.
Just take your time, you've got a bad cut.
I suggest we form search parties. Stay in pairs and look around the village.
Yeah, that's a good idea. We'll meet back here in, say, half an hour.
But please, be careful. We don't know what we're dealing with out there.
Well, if it's not just this place, but the whole village and beyond, God knows how extensive it is. Suppose it's the county, the country. It could be war.
I'm sure it's not as serious as that.
You've just said yourself that you haven't got a clue what it is.
It couldn't be that. Wars don't happen like this.
And in the meantime, we must stay calm. There are people out there who need our help.
But don't take any chances. We don't know how badly the buildings have been damaged.
I've got to go. I've left Peter at home with a babysitter.
You can't go out like that, my cut needs a dressing.
I've got to get back to the stables. Now, when Chris turns up, you stick together.
Right. Be careful.
I must get home. I must find Peter.
Lynn, just take your time. Peter will be fine.
But what's happened? Who knows who's injured?
Have you seen Elizabeth?
I've got to go.
You're not in a... I better go with her. If Dad or Chris ask, tell them I'll be back soon, please.
Yeah, sure. Don't worry. Oh, God. Sitting down. Oh, are you all right, Alan?
Yeah, I'm fine.
So,
Well, the damage out there is so indiscriminate. And I'd have thought if it had been a gas main or something, it would have blown up a whole street or a whole area. But there are fires everywhere, all over the village, outside the village, all over the place.
well, did you see anybody else out there?
Yeah. Yes, people have been killed. It's a terrible sight. And the wine bar's a dreadful mess.
Oh, God. Any sign of Seth?
Has anybody seen my wife, Elizabeth Pollard?
Come on, Eric. Eric. Come and sit down.
Yeah.
We've got people out looking. Come on, there you are. I'd better get back to the wine bar and see if there's anybody left.
Right. Oh, what about giving people drinks?
Yes, all right, but make a note of anything dispensed.
All right. Hey, you take care of yourself.
Has anybody seen my wife, Elizabeth Pollard?
Just take a minute, Eric? Huh? We're trying to sort things out.
Hutchinson's, Jack and Kay Maguire, Mary and Jimmy Baldwin, Nick and Alice Bates, Archie Brooks, Christopher Tate, and Elizabeth Pollard, all unaccounted for.
And what about Seth?
Yes, I suppose I'd better add him to the list.
Oh, dear.
Don't you think you ought to go and get changed?
Don't you think we both should?
God, Elizabeth, where are you?
Maybe best if you went home and waited for her there.
Yeah, you could be right.
Come back if you need us, Eric.
Yes, I can.
He's acting a bit odd.
It's a bit hard, isn't it? Under very odd circumstances.
Where's Mark?
Going to get more stuff.
Let me see.
Oh, well done, son. You've done very, very well indeed. Let's get these candles out on the bar. I'm pretty certain there's not been a guest in here.
Yes, me too. It's worth the risk to get some decent light in here.
The Winters weren't around, by the way. There's no sign of them.
Well, how come you got this stuff here?
I broke in. I had to. I've left it secure. I list everything I've taken, and I've signed a note to explain it.
No, you've done well, son. I think you'd better add the Windsors to your list, Alan.
Yes, perhaps you're right.
Mum, are you all right?
Anna, what is it? What's wrong?
What is it?
No. Stay there.
All right. Alan, the torch. Luke, do you think you could get something to block up those windows with? I mean, there's loads of things in the yards that may do.
Yeah, sure.
Good lad. Come on, Jessica, see what we can do here. Stop worrying, it'll be all right.
They're over there. I counted 6. There are probably a lot more scattered about.